Welcome to the virtual forest bathing walk at Eagle Point Trail in Brewster, Massachusetts. I'm Carol Marcy, and I'm excited that you are willing to try something new. As you are well aware, we're living in very unprecedented times that are serving positively in some ways by challenging us to come up with creative solutions that will work under difficult situations. It is hard to keep social distancing during a forest bathing walk. So rather than not do them at all, I wanted to create a way to practice and gain the benefits without creating unnecessary danger. Let's begin with a brief history of forest bathing, and then I will describe some of the science that is bringing to light why this practice is of such great benefit physically, emotionally, mentally, and spiritually. The practice itself began in Japan and was known as Shin-rin-yoku, which had the unfortunate translation as forest bathing. I think it's unfortunate because people ask if they should bring their bathing suits or a change of clothing. So I translate it as swimming in the living being of the forest. Because this practice was seen to have many benefits for the health and well-being, it quickly spread to China and Korea, where the governments decided to put a lot of money into the forests that surrounded cities and created transportation from these highly populated areas that were often not very healthy environments. I suspect that those governments had an investment in healthcare, for they set up a very interesting process. When people arrived at the forest bathing program, they had their vital signs taken. Then, when they completed their time in the forest, their vital signs were taken again before they returned to the city. Consequently, they collected a tremendous amount of data, which showed that spending 2 hours a week in forest bathing walks improved heart rates, immune system responses, and the positive emotional outlooks of participants. Many more studies in other countries have repeatedly shown these improvements. In addition, for example, it was shown that the smell of pine and cypress trees bring a sense of calmness and peace due to the terpenes that are often given off from these trees. Another piece of research that comes from the Institute of HeartMath in California provides important insight. They were particularly interested in the relationship between the heart and the brain. They discovered that the heart sends many more signals to the brain than the brain sends to the heart. When the heart is in coherence, which means that you are feeling calm, peaceful, and grateful, the heart sends a signal to the brain that life is sweet. And the brain, in turn, sends a signal to the body, and DHEA, a rejuvenating hormone, is released into the system, along with the neuropeptides that support our immune system and our heart. On the contrary, if we're feeling upset, worried, angry, or fearful, the heart sends a very different signal to the brain. Yikes, we're in trouble, mobilize the troops. As a consequence, adrenaline, cortisol, and other hormones flood into the body, ramping us up for action. The heart rate increases rapidly, pumping blood away from our core into the muscles. We've moved into fight or flight. This is a fabulous response if there is immediate danger, but it is a very debilitating response if it continues for the long haul. This is all too common in our current stressful everyday lives. A very important discovery was made that a breath rhythm of 4 or 5 counts in and 4 or 5 counts out was key to bringing the heart into coherence. With this important discovery in mind, we're going to practice this breath rhythm and carry it as a base for our forest bathing practice. So let's begin. You're welcome to close your eyes, which may help you focus on the breath moving in and out of your body. So take a nice, long, deep breath into the body by relaxing stomach muscles in order to give more room to the diaphragm so that it can bring more air into the lungs. Then gradually let all of the air out of the lungs by using a little pressure from the belly and the diaphragm to push it out. Now begin. As you breathe in, we will count for 4, breathing in 1, 2, 3, 4, and then out for 4 counts. 1, 2, 3, 4. So continue practicing for several breaths. In for 4 counts, 2, 3, 4, and out for 4 counts. 2, 3, 4. As you continue to breathe, 4 counts in and 4 counts out, you are invited to either keep your eyes closed for this as a meditation practice, or you can watch the photos created by Gerry Beetham that will accompany this forest bathing walk. Eventually, you can let go of counting and focus just simply on the flow of breath in and out of the body. So move your breath into the energy center of the heart, which is at the center of the body, at the same level as your physical heart. So focus your awareness there and be aware of what you are experiencing internally. Gradually extend the energy of the heart and awareness through your body, through your belly, your hip joints, your legs, down to the soles of your feet. Feel your feet connected to the earth underneath you so that you feel well grounded. Then bringing the earth energy up into the body, again, breathing it in through the feet, the legs, the hip joints, the belly, and back up into the heart. You might create a loving connection with the earth as you hold it in your heart. Then begin to extend your heart energy, your heart light upward with awareness through your lungs, your throat, the palate at the back of your mouth, into your brain and up to the crown of your head, where you once had a soft spot when you were a baby. Extend your awareness upward even further, connecting with the vast envelope of blue sky and the warmth of the sun. Drawing down the energy from the sky and the rays of golden light from the sun, begin to breathe it back into your body through the crown, flooding your brain with light and moving it down into your heart. Here, the energies of earth and sky combine, the place of nourishment and being present from the earth, and the active energies from sky and sun. So it's like the yin and the yang of it are now present with awareness in your heart. Keeping this connection in your heart with awareness, begin to walk slowly. Imagine that you are walking slowly down the path. With breath and awareness, pay particular attention to the information that comes to you through your senses. The dark green of pines, the green leaves of oaks and the understory, the scent of the forest floor, the crunch of pine needles underfoot, songs of birds, or the whisper of wind in the trees, the smell of the bog, the reflection in the pools of water surrounded by bright green textures of moss. Rounding the bend in the trail, see a pond ahead. The sky reflected on the water. The soft ripple of cool breeze coming off of the water. And as you continue to walk, move into a tunnel of overhanging branches along the pine. And the pond. Feel the shift in temperature and the sense of closeness. Pause when you come to the base of a hill. Stay with your breath. Shift your awareness to your body and feel the change in posture as you begin to ascend the small hill. Be aware of the movement of your arms, the difference in the footsteps and breath. How does your body change to first accommodate the hill and then the level surface at the top of the hill? Take a few moments now to look around you. Look for a tree that calls to you or looks particularly interesting to you. Go quietly and stand next to it. Take in its presence. The texture of bark, the shape of the trunk and the leaves. Stay away from naming these things, but focus on how you are experiencing the tree itself. When you feel ready, ask permission of the tree to touch its bark. Rub your hands together. Feel the friction and warmth and awareness created in the palms of your hands. Gently place your hands on the tree, connecting with it in whatever way feels right to you and the tree. Spend some time there, taking in whatever information comes to you through your senses, through your intuition, your experience. Feel your own rootedness deep into the earth, as well as your crown reaching up for the light. We actually share 70% of our DNA with trees. Experience your treeness combined with your connection to the tree. When you're ready, release your connection, expressing your appreciation to the tree for this experience. As you continue to walk down the trail, notice how you're feeling inside, emotionally, physically, mentally, spiritually. Are you experiencing any changes? For instance, has your sense of balance changed? Your connection to the earth? Or your relationship to the sky? Or to the forest around you? There are some benches up ahead that face a large pond. Take time to sit down comfortably and notice what it's like to sit and rest. Breathing deeply, soften your eyes, taking in the vista of pond and trees on the far shore. The shadows on the water, the movement of water in response to the breeze, and the feeling of that breeze on your skin and in your hair. Feel the presence of the forest behind you. In this forest and under your feet are a vast network of fungus and their extensions, the mycelium, which provide a connection in the earth to trees and plants, bringing them together into one huge internet system that includes the whole living being of the forest. This internet system allows for one end of the forest to be in touch with the other end. For example, if there's an emergency on the north side, say the gypsy moths show up and begin their devastation, the trees in the whole rest of the forest know about it and are able to build a chemically protective response in their bodies. Not only that, but it has been found that they can lend their support to those trees under attack. There is another way in which we are intimately connected to trees. They release oxygen into the atmosphere from their leaves. We breathe that absolutely necessary element into our bodies, and in turn exhale carbon dioxide, which of course is needed for their lives. There is a constant exchange happening between us. breathing in and breathing out. It has also been recently understood that trees sequester immense amounts of the carbons which we produce into the earth, helping to bring a much needed balance. Come back now, paying attention to the flow of breath moving in and out of your body. Take the time to feel the soles of your feet connected into the earth, deeply rooted. Perhaps you might even have a sense of your roots connecting up with the roots of the trees and the mycelium. Begin to experience yourself as an integral part of the peace and beauty of the pond and forest, the sand, earth, and sky above. Take the time to pay attention with awareness to how you experience this deep connection and breathe into it. Slowly begin to get up from the bench and move down the trail which lies directly behind the bench. Immerse yourself in the experience of the totality of the living forest as you extend your heart, your love, appreciation, and gratitude outward to embrace the beauty of the whole forest. Continue to breathe deeply, paying a great deal of attention to your experience of walking through the forest. The shifts in temperature, the change in energy with the change in topography. And continue to hold as much as you can of your deep awareness of belonging to this huge living being of forest, of nature, of life. You may notice on the side of the trail a family of beeches who are like a cell in the body of this forest. Just like you're a cell moving through the body of the forest. As you come back to where the walk began, stop. Take time to express your appreciation and gratitude for your experience of being an integral part of the living being of the forest. Thanks to earth and sky and trees and life. Take a few moments to reflect on how you felt when you began this walk compared with how you're feeling right now. When you're ready, bring your awareness back into your body. Feel yourself sitting in your chair facing the computer. Wiggle your toes, your fingers, stretch a little bit. Bring your awareness fully present into your room and your breath. If you'd like, you might want to take some time to write down your reflections. Thank you so much for joining me on this delicious forest bathing walk. Many thanks to Gerry Beetham for his gorgeous photographs. Please feel free to do this practice as often as it feels right to you. And when you have a chance, most certainly enjoy the beautiful trails and woodlands, perhaps in a new and different way.